Hello and welcome to I think it's like the sixth session or something of ShadowWalking Group 1. We've kind of shaken things up a little bit because uh, if you watch the previous one, and I love you forever if you do, Omega had to leave us because his real life work situation changed, and then suddenly um, he was no longer available to play on Sunday nights. So say hello, Will.
Hello, I am the latest addition to the group.
I mean, I'm a little disappointed you didn't go with the hello, Will, but I will forgive you because, it's your first time.
Be gentle.
Maybe. And with that, we kind of shifted characters around a little bit, perhaps, and we're going to see how things go. The good news is though we don't have a run that was in progress or anything, so we can just kind of pick up from a new one. Um, and we'll kind of get into who some of the new characters are and figure out some things about them as we go along. Uh, I am, at the time of this recording, which is the 27th, still looking for a fitting sixth member. I don't want to say stay tuned because hopefully you're already staying tuned for other reasons, but stay tuned. Um, so it was just like a quick 2-day thing last time, I believe, correct?
Yeah.
You guys were done in like 2 days, real easy. Killed your former Johnson. Totally did another favor for a vampire that I can't see coming back to haunt you at all. Yeah, nothing could go horribly wrong there. However, that leaves you guys. Well, how earnestly are you guys looking for more work? Just so I have a bit of an idea. I kind of have an idea on how long it's going to be before I send you on a job, but
Bishop has nothing else to do.
I think Rico and Splatter are just hiding Fenway's and Handel's bodies somewhere.
Yeah, not so much.
We can figure out where that goes after a little while, because who knows? Maybe this new technomancer that Mr. Handel's brought up, I will kill horribly, and then he'll be like, you know what? That Handel's guy wasn't so bad.
So my thought is that the cutting of the gas main was just like a bridge too far, and Handles sent Splatter a message saying, "Hey man, I can hook you up with some skills, but I'm out. I can't do this anymore." And
to be fair, the house did not explode.
It didn't matter. It wasn't the outcome. It was the action.
I mean, you just have no sense of style. That's fine. So
okay, go ahead.
No, you can go ahead because I was just going to ask a question about moving things forward.
Okay, no, with Handles, it was always the actions, not the outcomes, because the outcomes were never dire. But it was just his level of paranoia.
So, let me ask you this then: does Bishop and you're gonna have to tell me how you want that pronounced, and then I'm gonna screw it up like 3 times.
Kaimi.
Right.
Ka-e-mi.
Ka-e-mi.
This sounds really close to like a pretty bad abuse in Hindi.
It's Hawaiian.
What does it mean in Hawaiian?
The Seeker.
Ooh. Let me see if I actually. Okay, I do have his character sheet open, not Handles. Great. Does Bishop and Kaimi know each other?
I presume that we all know the same fixer.
That is a good presumption, but do you know each other as runners? Have you worked together? Do you have any previous relationship with each other? This is something you guys can make up as you see fit.
I'm okay with having done a few runs with them before.
Sure.
Okay. What was your last run like?
Pretty good. I was the muscle. It was only a small 3-man job, wheelman, technomancer, and the muscle. Typical, steal some data. We just parked outside the place. Luckily, he wasn't caught. and we got out in the clear. Pretty small job, small-time job, less than 10K total payout, which we had to split between us.
All right, I'm not usually much for the cursing on these things because it's supposed to be, consumable media. But like, look at this motherfucker. He's got all the answers right like that. That's fantastic. For clarity's sake, and because we did this in our first section, and because I want to put you back on the spot because you did so well right there. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Will, because I feel like that might be relevant.
All right. Well, not many people and many of the characters know this about Bishop. The Fixer has some idea, but Bishop was part of a program by a subsidiary of some major corporation. He doesn't know. He only knows the name of the man who ruined his life, Dr. Carl Leibowitz. He was trying to, usual make the super soldier sort of thing for whatever mega corporation wants a harder security force. And he was experimented on from a young age. He was bred for his biocompatibility to augmentations and had a pretty horrific life, spent well over 20 years being experimented on. And then one lucky night in his 24th year, they incorrectly locked his biotank and he was able to escape. Jumped out of a 6-story window, but due to his hydraulic jacks, he was able to survive. And since then, he's been on the run. He's since discovered he also has a bomb implanted in his neck for the purpose of clean disposal. It just separates his head from his body so they can recover the parts. But it seems to be faulty because he's not dead yet, but who knows when it may go off.
So
he is
that's a
heavily
really
augmented.
That's a really interesting life you have, Will. Tell me about Will.
Oh, well, Will goes to George Mason University. He is a 20-year-old. And majors in PPE, which is politics, philosophy, and economics. It's technically a concentration, which is a combination of 3 majors, but you get the picture.
And what is Will's experience with role-playing games and perhaps Shadowrun in general?
Will has played Pathfinder, D&D, but no Shadowrun. This will be his first Shadowrun game. I've seen, the vids of it. I've seen a few campaigns. I get the gist of how things go, but this will be my first hands-on experience, but I'm no stranger to role-playing.
Excellent. Well, that was a hell of an intro. Let's see if we can keep everything up on that level of intensity and such. So, here it's going to be, let's say, 2 days after you guys finish the not murder job. And those of... Go ahead.
Sorry, I just wanted to point out that I've changed from low to medium lifestyle. I doubt it's updated in the PDF that you have. I'll just do so now.
Oh, sure. Did you get anybody to help you? Did you get Rico to help you move?
No, not really. I don't think so.
Aww.
Just figured I'd ask. Well, in that case, those of you who are coming tonight, because I think Fenway/Lark is still making some decisions.
I think it's going to be Lark.
Sure. Well, then I will ask Lark as well. Do you know Bishop Endor Kamimi?
Well, since Splatter just moved to medium lifestyle, could he be my neighbor?
That's up to you guys. Splatter.
Yeah, sure, why not?
All right, so you guys are neighbors. Is it a apartment complex or is it a bunch of strip housing?
I'd probably say apartment complex.
Okay, so a nicer apartment complex. We'll find out where you guys live later on, and hopefully, I don't have to SWAT you at some point in time. Because that would be super unpleasant for both of you, I could imagine. As they go from door to door trying to find all of the illegal stuff in the building. How very interesting. And then I guess the last question I have is, does Bishop and Kaimi, are you open about being a technomancer? Does he know you're a technomancer, or does he just think you're a decker?
He thinks I'm a decker.
Okay.
No, I am not open about that. I have no death wish.
He's in the technomancer closet.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, the only way to learn about them is to experiment on them and cut them open. So I feel like it's completely validated.
Bishop is reasonably opposed to experimentation.
I mean, you have one bad date and you swear off dating forever.
Pretty much.
All right. With that, those of you that are coming with us tonight on this wonderful adventure have a message from your good friend Hernando to come to his coffee shop, the Spilled Bean, tonight. You will notice that the time is about 2 minutes before closing, uh, which can only mean one thing: he's got some work for you.
We got to
Free
order
coffee.
fast.
To give Bishop a little bit of an idea, Hernando is a Southern slash Central American kind of descent, big push broom mustache, speaks with a little bit of an Aslan-ish accent, or maybe just a heavy Spanish accent. His coffee shop is the Spilled Bean. It is like his cover for doing the obviously very illegal connection things that he does. In the back, there is a troll with a giant cyber arm that goes by Grinder. He tends to scoop the beans for the coffee by hand and grind them up in his cyber arm.
They really went all out on these coffee puns.
It's how you market. I mean, that might not be his actual name. He's probably not like Seymour Grinder Stevenson or something. But, you know, it's kind of what he's gotten stuck with. So, do you guys have anything you want to do before going to the coffee shop, or
I put some ammo in a duffel bag. I put all my ammo in a not all of it. I
I was gonna say that's a lot of ammo.
yeah, I put 100 assault rifle rounds, 100 gel rounds, and I load up my pistol. I obviously load all my clips, and then put the ammo into the bag, and go to the coffee bean.
The Spilled Bean.
The spilled bean.
Anybody else have anything they want to do beforehand?
Can I order
Yeah.
coffee? Like show up 5 minutes early.
Yeah, he can get you a coffee.
I'm on thread Static Veil
Okay.
at 2.
All right. You're successfully static veiled.
I am not happy with that level of success. I cannot
mean-
believe
It is only
Wait, is that a crit?
that is a glitch. 1, 2, 3, 4,
that's
That's
6.
only 5
Oh
hours.
no, it's tied.
so close
There's-
to having potentially bad things happen on your first roll. I can't wait to actually start opposing you.
Yeah, that was pretty rough. That makes me very afraid.
Goof.
Get the bad rolls out early.
Oh no, don't
Yeah.
worry. It's the Matrix on my table. Ooh, man. I'm gonna run roughshod over him. It's gonna be great.
Well, if I stay on the local grid, that's enough. So I'm going to do that success. So here's
I mean-
my
It doesn't do anything for you right now.
no, but I'm going to sustain it, and then I can start doing stuff and play around without having to worry about starting the clock.
That's fair. I'm just like, it still just doesn't do anything for you right now. So,
All right. So here's my.
you take
Wow.
1 point of stun, sir. Enjoy.
Yeah, I'll take it.
First blood
Wow,
has been
this-
drawn.
Well, maybe we can look at it this way: that hopefully I'm getting all the horrible rolls out first, because that's pretty ominous.
So, if nobody else has anything to do before heading over to the Bean, small, tiny, quaint coffee shop definitely has that rich Colombian coffee bean scent to it when you come in. And as the camera kind of pans inside, as the sign gets flipped from open to close in AR, who's walking through that door? We can go just left to right, nice and easy, so that people who don't know or maybe don't remember what you actually look like can get a bit of a description. Spider, that's you.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I thought it was just the new guys. I mean,
I mean, he doesn't know what
you
you
s-
look like.
okay. So Splatter's a dwarf. He's like 3'8". He's dressed rather well, like a nice suit with a hat and everything. He's got like a little, he's got like small little beard that's like well kept and well maintained. Short hair, Indian dude, and yeah, I think that's about it. There's nothing like, uh, there's no obvious cyberware or anything that sticks out, and he's basically got like a slightly grumpy expression on his face, but that's about it.
And then moving down the line.
Okay. Kaimi is a Hawaiian dude, but you wouldn't necessarily know that unless you spend a lot of time in the islands and knew to pick up on things. He is just some non-white guy with short hair. He's got a ball cap on, a jacket, an open button-down shirt, and a t-shirt on underneath, jeans, and a sneakers. His clothes don't have holes and rips in them, but he looks overall rumpled. Something that you would maybe think of as like a grad student look.
And then moving down to the one and only Rico.
All right, so Rico's pretty well muscled for an elf. Not really tall though. Wearing his leather combat jacket, collar popped up, walking in with a slight little attitude.
And Lark.
And Lark looks human, about average height, average weight. Looks kind of bland, wearing a fancy suit with an armored jacket on top and big sunglasses for right now.
And then last but not least.
Bishop walks in wearing the latest Synergist line business suit with a Synergist long coat over it. He has two very obvious cybernetic arms. He may have legs, you can't tell. The pantsuits obscure it. And he's got short brown hair, trimmed brown beard, a little bit, trimmed down thin, and he's got a duffel bag draped over his shoulder.
All right, and inside you will of course see Hernando and Grinder at the back. He's kind of just cleaning up the counter in the way that bartenders do, but he's a large troll barista, so it's slightly different. Somebody's machine gunning their keyboard.
My apologies.
Yep. And Hernando is just kind of moseying about the shop, tidying up little sugar caddies on the table and that kind of thing. And he sees you guys kind of come in. Is like, amigos, come. And he pulls the five of you around one of the larger tables towards the back of the spilled bean. Amigos, opportunity has struck us. I have oh yes, everybody. This is everybody else. I have a line on a job. This man does not know what he's getting into, and he has very deep pockets. Something you can do? He's kind of leaning in, like, big eyes. He's just got Nuyen signs in them.
Rico leans in, nodding enthusiastically.
Bishop looks expectantly at Lark.
Out of character, do we know everybody's things? Because this should be Lark's first time meeting everybody, right?
Bishop does not look expectantly at Lark.
That's fine. I don't think Lark knows anybody, but maybe Saul Splatter moving in. Like the candor and way that the conversation is going is kind of a it's kind of obvious to you guys. It's like, I know I'm a professional criminal. I know Hernando's a professional criminal. These guys are probably professional criminals, with air quotes around professional for one of them, but we'll see which one that is later on. Are you interested?
Bishop nods.
His big smile under his push broom mustache gets even a little bit bigger. And everybody else is oddly silent.
Yeah, Rico's still nodding.
That's why we came here.
Bishop nods while everyone else is silent, just repeatedly.
Good. All right. It's simple. Just needs you to kidnap a man. Terribly sorry
Sweet.
about all that.
How do you spell that name?
How do you spell which name?
All I heard was just noise.
Okay. I'm glad it wasn't only just me. And I'm, again, super sorry to anybody who was listening to that. This man, this Johnson, with the deep pockets, he has... You'll see, but he has a meeting set up. It is later tonight. You have about an hour. I can pull you a car. You can use your own cars. It does not matter. Here is the information. If you want to go talk to him and make us both much richer. And he'll put down a data chip on the card and kind of put it on the table and kind of push it across to you guys.
Yeah, I'll take it and have a look at it.
I'm leaning over his shoulder, or
I mean, it's
just looking.
digital, so, good luck with looking at the data chip over his shoulder that has no display for you. So you're decently familiar with Seattle by now, if memory serves, right, Splatter? You have a couple of...
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I have a couple of points in like area knowledge.
Sure. Let me Seattle restaurants. Because I don't want to use the Gray Line again, because we already used that.
Can I push to Splatter and offer to give him admin rights on my PAN?
You guys can totally exchange phone numbers like dirty little teenage girls. It'd be great.
I just want to give him admin rights, so that way if my PAN is attacked, isn't he the one who defends it?
Nah, I'm not the decker.
Theoretically, yes, you could slave your devices to his device, but I don't think his comlinks are much better than your comlinks.
Well, in that case, I'll just say, hey, everybody, here's my number. Give me a call. And I'll give them all a wink.
Blow them kisses.
And I give them the comlink number for my real com, my Transys Avalon.
Sure. You guys can all swap phone numbers and establish a direct neural interface phone call if you like.
Indeed.
Excellent. I just had the name of this place. Okay. So the meet is at the Gravity Bar, which is a... No.
Is it a zero gravity bar?
No, it's not a zero gravity bar. It is a medium-ish restaurant, Manhattan-style cuisine. It is trendy and expensive, as per the Shadowrun wiki. There is a private room that is reserved for you guys, and the time for that meet is in about a little over an hour from now.
Who's got wheels?
I've got a car, yeah.
I've got a bike.
A badass bike.
It's an amazing bike.
Splatter, you mind if I stash some stuff in your car? We can swing by my apartment.
I just met you. You already want to get in the back of my car?
Splatter and I are acquainted, remember?
No, we're not.
Nope.
It's you and Kaimi, if I'm
Oh,
not
shit.
wrong.
Well, nice to meet you, dwarf.
Lark will step in and shake hands with Bishop and say, "I'll give you a ride. Just toss the stuff in the box deep in the trunk."
Alrighty.
The compartment there. As he's shaking hands and looking at Bishop, he is definitely taking a reading with his hands and his camera.
You feel metal hands and see an ordinary-looking person.
That's right. Metal hands probably don't have a handprint.
All right. Mind if we head out?
Yeah, I could use a ride as well.
Yeah, just hop in Lark's car. He's got room. At the same time, he's going to do the same thing before, shake hands, all that, pleasant greeting stuff with everybody.
Bishop calls shotgun.
I asked Splatter for a lift.
Yeah. And I guess on the way we're probably just discussing the new guys and what he thinks of them.
Yeah. I don't trust that Lark guy. He's so normal.
I don't like being addressed as the dwarf.
No manners these days. All these humans.
Oh, yeah, they are all humans, aren't they?
I think so.
The elitists.
I know. They're always standing down on the other metahumans.
While Lark and I are driving, I'm like, elves are okay, but dwarves,
Man,
I
the
also
racial
I
tension
throw my duffel bag that had that ammo into that compartment in his trunk.
Yeah, should I describe the car or just skip over that to save time?
It's up to you. I got nowhere to be tomorrow.
It's a Ford Americar. It looks kind of like Lark, where it's kind of bland and average as average could be. When he opens up the trunk, you can see that there is a whole bunch of costume stuff, as if it's a giant disguise workshop. And he lifts up some stuff, and then underneath is a nice little smuggling compartment where you can kind of dash some stuff away. But once you get in the car, that's where it's kind of fancy. It has really high amenities, so those heated massaging seats, and the car has a very chauffeur personality.
English, I hope.
Yep.
Good. If you want to go ahead and make terrible British accents for your car speaking to you, feel free to do so.
Just take voice samples from Kit from Knight Rider.
Let's not talk bad about Knight Rider. Unless this car has a turbo boost, it cannot be Kit. Which it might.
Anyway, so I assume we swing by my apartment.
If you want this stranger you just met to do highly illegal things to know where you live.
I mean, I trust him.
Sucker.
And I throw my my HAR into the duffel bag, along with the 5 spare clips for it. And I should mention I have the 2 spare clips in the hidden pockets in my coat.
Man, this guy's going loaded to bear for a nice but expensive downtown restaurant.
Well, you never know what might happen.
I suppose that is partially true, but we'll see which way things happening, your packages push things.
So, are we really dressed for a nice restaurant?
So it's
I
not like a
would,
super high class restaurant. It's like a medium-ish right, like clientele. It's just expensive.
I've
I
got a
mean,
business suit.
I've got a sleeping tiger. I'm pretty sure I've dressed more than well dressed for this occasion.
You're probably a little overdressed with your 13,000 Nubian suit.
I have a low lifestyle, and I'm wearing an armor jacket and rumpled clothes. I'm not. I'm thinking I probably am gonna look a little out of place.
You're probably a little underdressed, but as long as your Nubian's good, they don't care.
Do we all need to go in?
Well, this is up to you guys.
This is the snatch, or this is a meeting about the snatch.
This is the meeting.
There's a meeting with Johnson.
So Rico's
So-
wearing a suit, by the way. Just
Okay.
throwing that out there.
So,
So
I
executive
ask,
suit.
I ask who here can talk?
I think that's probably going to be me, but the more people we have in the meeting to show that we're a competent team, I think the better.
All right.
And probably at the same time, while driving, I'm probably telling Rico, don't talk.
Well, I'm a very good talker.
Do you have polarized windows on your car, Lark?
Standard feature on Shadowrun vehicles.
Nice. How about if you can find a parking place within 100 meters that'll cover the restaurant? How about I just stay in the car so I don't attract attention?
Yeah, you
I
can
can
find
do oval.
a parking garage and stuff.
Using my knowledge of, security and combat, I propose that we bring a negotiator, some muscle, and then have technomancers nearby for tech coverage.
I mean
Technically-
Deckers.
Do you mean
technically,
hackers?
You don't know he's a Decnomancer.
I meant to say Deckers.
That's fine.
Gonna
What's-
ask Bishop and Kaimi what their specialties are, since I'm good at talking.
I'm the muscle.
I'm tech support, and I do it quietly.
I can only imagine in the other car, Rico and Splatter are like, he's the muscle. So the restaurant itself is in a moderately busy part of downtown. You guys will be able to find a parking garage that you can stash your Matrix support in, and he can just kind of chill there. Probably not doing anything exciting. Who all is going into the actual facility?
I'm
Bishop
pretty sure
volunteers.
me and Rico are pretty sure going in.
Yeah.
All right, so everybody except for the Matrix guy. Excellent.
This is too many people. Bishop says, maybe I'll stay behind then.
You like
Rico
it?
sends him a text. You sure you're missing out on free food?
Bishop has a nice enough life to not be starving.
That's fine.
Rico puts a shrug emoji.
Has Rico changed all of his emojis to be his face?
He's not that smart.
Okay.
But if he could, he totally would.
All right. Who else is staying outside the restaurant?
I think it's just Kaimi.
Can I go hang out with Kaimi?
I mean, you're in the car that you guys came in, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I didn't know he came with us.
I think
I
you
guess
guys,
we'll.
I think the three of you went in Lark's car.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna be unconscious. So
Make sure you tie his shoelaces together and draw on his face.
I'll keep it PG. What happens to him?
well, we worked together before. I assume that you would be nice to me.
Yeah. We have rapport.
Unless he wasn't in that previous meeting. So the three of you are gonna walk into this nice place. The hostess is gonna, ask you for your information. I presume you present the reservation stuff.
Yeah.
She will take you back to a small room. It has a table that looks like it fits about 10 people. Kind of set up like a small private party room. Were you guys planning on arriving early, on time, a little bit late? What was your planned time of arrival?
Bring a little early.
Yeah, I think me and Splatter would show up a little early too.
And earlier than the guys that came behind us.
Yeah, we had a detour.
That's fine. So you guys are gonna come into a room that's set up for, it looks like, 7 people. There's a couple of pitchers of water on the table and some digital menus floating in front of the chairs. And there is no Johnson here at the moment. Or really nobody any else. And the hostess will inform you as such as like the rest of your party will probably be arriving shortly.
Rico says thank you and grabs the menu.
Sure.
Sits down.
Yep, same here. Probably like start looking at the drinks menu.
Yep.
Did you guys have an eyes and ears feed for us in the car?
Anyone cyber eyes?
I have cyber eyes.
That doesn't help.
You are.
You could show them the feed of you staring intently at Kaimi's face.
I was trying to attach a micro camera to my sunglasses. So can I patch the feed through that and have my sound analyzer patch the audio?
Sure, we can go with that. That'll work for now, and we'll figure out the specifics of how that works later on.
Rico sent a text to Splatter like, look at this guy, shades and doors. And they thought I was bad.
He wears sunglasses at night.
All right, can I bring up the feed? Not like go into it full, VR. Just like have it like in the corner of my vision.
Yep. It could totally be a little picture-in-picture thing.
All right. I'm staring intently at Kaimi.
Okay.
So,
Are you recording Kaimi's face?
I'm recording something.
Okay.
oh Lord. So I'm looking for anything with an attack rating.
There's some hosts in the area. You're in the middle of downtown. There's a whole bunch of stuff.
But devices with an attack rating?
Let me see if you find anything. So you will spot a cyber deck somewhere.
Okay, interesting. Is it running silent or no?
It is running silent.
Okay. Yeah, I'm curious. Well, what was its last action?
Matrix search.
And what programs is it running?
It has an agent running. It has browse, and let's give it one more for giggles. Sorry, is it browse or is it search? Another 2. No, it's browse. Okay, and let's find something fun here.
In the meantime, I should also mention that my cyber limbs and everything inside of them is off,
Wireless
off wireless. Yeah.
The other program is running a signal scrub.
Okay, interesting. What grid is it on?
It's just on the public grid.
Okay. I'm gonna put a mark on it.
Okay.
So hack on the fly, running silent. So
Hot
it's, yeah, but that cancels that out, right? So, 16. Yep.
Where is this car parked, by the way?
Parking garage a couple of blocks down. All right, you have a mark on this poor lonely cyber deck.
Okay.
You doing anything else, or?
No, I'm just well, I guess if I do a snoop, then I can just keep an eye on him, what he's doing, right?
Sure.
So Snoop is electronic warfare plus that. Ooh, I can't do that. No, I'm just gonna sit there with the mark on there, and I'm not collecting Overwatch since I've got the stuff.
Yep.
All right, can I like look around outside the windows?
Sure. It is a rather busy parking garage in the middle of downtown with a lot of cars in it and businesses all around you and people
I was
going
gonna.
about their normal lives. You may go ahead and roll perception for additional information. What would you like to know?
Do I see any guards near the restaurant?
Not from your vantage point.
Do I see any other people in this parking garage?
There's a couple of pedestrians that are coming to and fro their vehicles, and some of them carrying bags, some of them talking on comm links, some of them in small groups. Nobody is barreling down on you with assault rifle and a katana drawn.
And what floor of the parking garage are we on?
Somebody roll a d6. See how lucky you got. Actually, let me do this instead. All right, never mind. You're on the 5th floor.
All right. Can I do perception
Good
to
luck.
estimate how far down it is with that third perception question?
You're looking at about 50 to 60 feet, I want to say. I don't know how tall parking garages are, but I'm imagining it's like 10 foot a story.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
All right.
So that's just a rough estimate. If it comes to the situation where you are leaping from this parking garage, we'll worry about exactly how tall it is then.
Alrighty. Yeah, I just wanted an estimate, but cool
Yeah,
beans.
So, those of you inside, the menu makes kind of a big deal about how authentic and homegrown and, you know, how great the ingredients used to make the food is. And you will notice if you have any kind of spent any time just shopping around at nicer restaurants that this stuff is fairly expensive for perhaps no real reason, or perhaps it's like the atmosphere or the fact that you're eating here. It is. It's kind of marked up.
I'll probably order the most expensive dish and the drink on the menu, regardless of what that is.
Alcoholic or non?
Oh yeah, alcoholic for sure.
Okay.
Lark's probably going to go with a burger.
Sure. So about a minute and a half or so after the meet is supposed to start, the door is going to open up again, and in is going to walk a tiny man with what looks like some just routine electronics, like a big. Imagine the 2076 version of that dude that's walking around with a laptop to do stuff. Like he's got glasses,
Okay,
shorter dude.
Tiny man or tall dwarf?
Let's go with tiny man. He looks thin and overworked, balding, and he's going to kind of help and then kind of come in. Behind him is going to be a very curious sight. It is a heavily overweight elf. He's going to kind of come trundling in and then sit at the head of the table and get a before he starts looking at the menu. And the little man will kind of begin doing some stuff on his thing, like, and kind of muttering to himself a little bit. Meanwhile, the waitress has come back from your drinks. Is Splatter the kind of person to order the, like, giant volcano liquor thing?
What's that?
So some restaurants have these drinks that are like volcano liquor drink. Let me see if I can find a good picture here.
Are you talking about like multi-person drinks?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're called like fish bowls or turtle shells sometimes.
They look kind of like that. It's not exactly a great picture because this will show you scale in relation to anything, but they're like 2+ people drinks. Oh, this might be a better picture. Yeah, it's totally a better picture. Here's a link for you. So it's very obviously not for one person. Are you the kind of person to order that? Because I really want to give that to you.
No, no,
Okay.
I'm not gonna share a drink and
Oh no,
straw.
I wasn't imagining you were
And
going to share it. I was imagining you were going to drink the whole thing yourself.
okay, yeah, then yes, probably.
Okay. So you have this giant thing with little pieces of fruit in it, and it's got a little flaming volcano.
And
And
like, yep. And while like taking the drink, I'm gonna make large, like annoying slurping noises.
this guy.
Do you slurp from all 4 straws?
Probably like 2 or 3 in my mouth at a point, like without it being too uncomfortable.
I can only imagine Handles somewhere is just like, what's going on? I feel it. There's a disturbance.
Rico orders a wine, red preferably.
Sure. They will ask you one of 2 fancy wine names that I don't know anything about, and I'm
And
sure.
Rico would answer whichever one he doesn't know anything about either.
So the more expensive one then, because he probably doesn't know anything about either of them.
Exactly.
Excellent. The waitress will, after dropping off drinks, comes over to the elf, and he will begin in a kind of tone of voice, begin to order about 3 meals. She'll come around to the small man. He's like, just water, please, thank you. And then he'll go back to doing his thing. And after the waitress leaves, the large man's gonna kind of lean back and just go, ugh. And the time is like, are you the people that we have been put in contact with?
Yes, we are.
I was told there was going to be 5.
We have the other 2 hanging out nearby. They didn't really feel this was their scene and felt more comfortable sitting this meeting out.
Yes. Shall we begin this meeting? Have you placed your orders? I assume, or I'm sorry, not I assume. I am told that is the standard protocol.
It is.
And he will look to the elf and very good. My employer needs you to retrieve a man and push up his glasses and just kind of transport him across some borders.
Rico sent a text. I've seen a movie like this before. I got this. How much does this guy weigh?
The elf?
No, the guy we're picking up. Rico's asking the little short guy.
He will start to visibly sweat, and you'll catch his eyes glancing back to the large man, and he's gonna be like, what do you mean?
Well, if we're going to transport him for a car, we need to gauge how much fuel we need, what kind of shocks we need to upgrade it with, what kind of wheels we need to go with. Just precision.
And he'll point at you with a sausage-sized finger. That's just good. The tiny man will visibly relax. Oh, yes. He is average. Kind of scratch at his head a little. I don't have his biometrics on hand. Average.
All right.
Is going to send a text to the 2 guys in the car. Are you guys so far okay with this? So I have your
Bishop pushes a message saying, sounds good so far, get more info.
Yeah, is the guy coming voluntarily? Or is this an extraction by force?
Lark is going to wait for Rico to finish talking because he doesn't want to interrupt him.
Does Rico have any more interesting questions he wants to ask?
He's like, where are we picking him up? Where's the location?
He is here in Seattle. He gets around quite a bit. Don't know his exact location, but
So how do you expect us to track him?
he is very prolific on his me feed page.
I send a message to the team. What's me feed?
Twitch stream.
It's basically Facebook.
Okay, and then I'm like,
If you were to take Facebook and
Mhm.
then make it run by an evil corporation like Horizon, where they use all of that stuff to targeting marketing at you. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, no, it's basically that, but with significantly. Imagine like, you know how people are updating their Facebooks all the time nowadays.
Mhm.
Imagine if you had to do it without like pulling out your phone. You could just do it with your brain. And how you could always have it just kind of like displayed in the corner of your vision and all that other kind of stuff. Imagine how much more bullshit would be put up on there. That's more or less what a me feed is.
All right. The Rico's like, Lark, take it away. Text him.
Lark's gonna proceed. All right, so we're definitely gonna
Oh,
need some more.
you did roll a perception for the Johnson. What would you like to know about him?
Um,
And which one would you like to know things about?
well, which one walked in first?
The little man.
So I would probably focus more on the guy who walked in first.
Okay. What would you like to know about him to a
Uh,
reasonable degree? And you're a little
like
quiet again, by the way.
like his lifestyle. What does it look like his day job is? How he carries himself. Is he a threat?
Um, he is a tiny man that does not look as though he has um hit the gym ever. If you had to guess at what he might do, given the way that he came in and some of the body language you have picked up on since then, he is most likely the big man's assistant, would be the kind word. If you were not so kind, you might assume that he does everything so that the big man doesn't have to do anything. And he can just, live in opulence and hedonism.
Would I be able to guess if the laptop was the cyber deck, or if it is a cyber deck?
Oh, did Kaimi mention anything about a cyber deck in the area?
No, but I did when I saw it. When I saw the guy pull it out, I did roll a matrix perception on the cyber deck. I'm gonna try to look at the last actions and see if I can correlate that thing he's using is the cyber deck I'm seeing.
There has been a new matrix search run on said cyber deck. So, then you're beginning to have questions, Lark. So, what questions would you like to ask?
For the Johnson, well, we're definitely going to need some more information, but is
Of
this
course.
going to be moving him willingly or forcefully?
Oh, forces. No, we don't want him hurt. No, 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 no. But he he probably will not wish to go willingly unless you convinced him. And there'll be a harumph from the large man, and then he'll be like, dinner. And a couple of seconds later, your food will be brought in. Like, good, good. And
While this is happening,
Mhm.
can I call up Louis Kablooey?
Yes.
Actually, I'll just text him because it's pretty simple. I say, can I pick up a ballistic mask that
Yes.
looks like a Japanese oni?
Sure. That style is in vogue right now. I don't know if vogue is
All right.
the word, but yeah, you could totally get the com code for the deck.
Huh?
I was asking Kaimi's question.
Oh, sorry.
Any devices slave to it?
There is not.
Okay.
So, what else would you like to ask? Like, did you have another question, or do you guys want to eat your food?
Yeah, I'm going to ask him, do you want to eat and continue this conversation once we're done?
Uh, it's like that. the little man is like, yeah, that should be, and there's from the other end of the table. Um,
Did he mention time frame?
No.
no, that was not brought up yet.
Well, there's time frame, where exactly we're dropping it off, and who exactly it is. So
Oh, and don't forget how much we're getting paid. Come on.
yeah, and
Expected threat to payment, but also expected threat level.
So as the little man only got a glass of water, so he will continue to talk while everybody else kind of eats. The gentleman in question is a younger male. He no, I'm not supposed to give that out. The mm, so we have a projected timeline for this project, and he's gonna do stuff of 1 week. Some arrangements have been made, but the utmost importance is being quiet. It would be scandalous for this to get out, and we would not like that, would we? And the big man, no. How much?
He's asking us.
Yep, the big man just asked you how much.
Rico's like, hold on, let me think. Okay. So
Bishop, while hearing that, quickly pushes a message to Lark saying, "You do the talking."
Poor Rico.
he's gonna tap
Rico ignores that message and just keeps on going. Wait, he didn't get it, so never mind. He just keeps going.
He's gonna tap Rico on the shoulder and say, "Let me do the social finessings of the business arrangements, my friend."
Oh, don't worry. I'm warming up for you. I got this. So would Rico know? Can he roll personal security to see how much it costs to extract the guy?
You could give it a shot, but I don't know really. Like, how many kidnappings has Rico done?
No. It's time in France. Probably a couple.
One. Or Rico had the first one.
The first one wasn't necessarily a kidnapping.
It wasn't a kidnapping. But wouldn't someone with personal security knowledge know how much people are getting kidnapped for? Different values and whatnot.
So it's hard for you to nail down because you don't know who the target is. It's some young guy that they don't want roughed up.
All right. There's 5 of us on the team, right?
Uh-huh.
All right. So Rico's like, "You want this done quietly, right?"
Hold on. Let me find a new piece of paper here to write some things down on.
Oh lordy.
Lark is just gonna send a message back. This guy won't let me get a word in edgewise. And then send a message to Splatter. Hey neighbors, this guy always like this?
Yeah, this is him on his good behavior is what I'll send back.
Bishop says he knows a lot of ditches.
Damn.
And also I'll probably message privately to Rico to please keep quiet and let Lark do the talking. You've done really well.
Rico's like, "Fine."
He gets dessert.
Basically, let the new guys earn some of their pay grade.
So
Rico stops mid-sentence and just like...
the big guy doesn't seem to notice you stopping mid-sentence. Surprise, surprise.
Lark is gonna ask, well, exact amounts. I never like putting out the first number, but you said you want this done quickly and quietly. Define how you.
Go ahead.
Define how you mean quietly, as in he doesn't know that he's in another country, or nobody else knows that he got to where he's going, And exactly how many borders away or how far away is he going?
So he'll kind of like, well, it would be in everyone's best interest if the media didn't get involved. It could complicate things more. Um, Man, you're just you're just a glutton for punishment over there. We'll deal with what happens to you, sir, in just a second. Let me double check my erase mark. Power plus firewall. No, sorry, sir.
Oh, I did the wrong thing. I did cyber combat, but it's actually computer, isn't it?
Yeah, go ahead and.
Let me see what the difference in dice is. That was 7. I actually get 12, so 5 more days.
Come on, no hits.
And they were explodey, so if I get 6s, I'll have to.
Yeah, we'll deal with that when you.
Oh.
Yes. Okay. We'll deal with what happens to you in a second. So, going back inside, you were like, how quiet and the skinny man is the the media would be best kept out of everything involved here. That would be most beneficial. Yes, yes. And
So, to my understanding, you just want him to wake up in a field in another country, and no one knows how he got there.
oh no. He will probably know how he got there. You fine folks are, yeah, you're gonna do it, and we will provide you with a contact of who you can drop him off to. It is just your jobs to get him there. And
So, we are bringing him to a contact here in Seattle or someplace else?
no. He's gonna go in the AR for a moment and kind of come back in the California Free State.
California Free State is pretty big. I just want an idea on mileage. How far? Because I know you want it done in a week, and depending on how far it is, affects time.
We got to get across borders, too.
That is why we're going through these channels.
All right.
Bishop pushes a message to Lark saying, "Do we provide transport, comma, get a name?"
You would know that like a name of the person that they want you to kidnap would be after you guys have agreed to said.
Bishop does not send that second part then.
Yeah, no. So let me break it down real quick with a little thing called assumed competence. To the best of my knowledge, and please do not tell me if I am incorrect, you are not a professional criminal. Your character is. So things like ask him who they want us to kidnap before we find out before we lock in on doing the actual kidnapping. Stuff you probably wouldn't actually ask because your character knows that that all comes after the fact. Because otherwise, what happens when I say I need you to kidnap this guy called Lark? And it's like, well, he's sitting here at the table. This is super awkward.
Easiest job ever.
He just got whomp right over the head. Got him. So, a lot of those like little misstep type things, don't worry about because I'm not gonna bust your balls on them because your character knows better.
So, Lark's going to send a message. So far, I'm in. We need to agree if we're going to get any more information.
I think we need to say money.
Yeah, the big man asked you how much this would cost.
All right, Rico's like 125,000.
Does Lark go to interrupt as the big man begins to put down a chunk of food that is in his hand?
If he's already said a number, then no. If he hasn't said a number, I want them to give a number first.
All right. The big man takes his. I like the image of him putting down like a big old turkey leg. Done. And a silence hits the room. With that, let's go ahead and take our first break, and we will come right back and get some drinks and stuff.